the Muny in Forest Park.
Hi, I'm Mike Isaacson, the executive producer and artistic director of the Muny here on the PNC Arts Alive gazebo, and I am talking to Emily Skinner, who is here this week in Billy Elliot. And this is a real thrill because, as I said to you when you walked in the metal gates, I'm really excited to have you on the stage. I've seen your work for years. We somewhat worked together, at least in the same room, on Jekyll and Hyde back in '97. But you are a great musical theater artist. You command incredible respect and love in this industry. So I'm really, really happy you're here.
Thank
I want to
you.
say that on tape. So
Thanks.
let me start with a random question. Tell me a little bit about your background, like where you're from. When did you discover you had amazing talent? You know, what was that journey?
Amazing talent. I'm from Virginia. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. And I was that little hyper manic kid in a kindergarten that couldn't sit down and be with the class and was just sort of spazzy all over the place. And in kindergarten, it was such a big deal. They were actually going to not pass me on to first grade.
Wow.
Yeah, it was serious. It was serious.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the year at kindergarten, one day, I don't know if my kindergarten teacher just had an epiphany the night before, or just at her wit's end in class with me, said, "Okay, Emily, you're going to get 10 minutes every day to entertain the class." And that was like the sun came out for me. It was like Pandora's box opened up, and I would go home every day, and I would plot what I was going to do the next day, and I would do puppet shows, and I would lip sync to Jackson 5 records, and I would bring my mother's old clothes, and I would do random fashion shows and just crazy stuff. But a couple of weeks after this, my kindergarten teacher called my mother and said, "Mrs. Skinner, I just want you to know, I think that you have a performer on your hands."
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a great teacher.
It is a great teacher.
That's a great teacher.
It's if I ever get the chance to, stand up and thank anybody for anything, I'm thanking this particular teacher, Mrs. Ziegler.
Thanks, Mrs. Ziegler. Okay, so let's talk about Billy Elliot.
Yes.
Let's talk about your character. Do I even have to question? Tell me about her. Tell me about Miss Wilkinson.
Mrs. Wilkinson. She is the local dance teacher in this town, and she's pretty wry. She's pretty wry. Good-hearted, but not having a stellar life, in a crappy marriage. Not really a good mother. And she's teaching this little ballet class once a week at the local community hall, to pick up some extra cash and for something to do. And Billy Elliot stumbles into the class and actually has some talent, and it's sort of possibly the most exciting thing that's ever happened to her. And they get close, and she sort of fosters him, and I think she becomes a little bit for him a surrogate mom.
Yeah. What have you learned in a week at the Muny? I mean, not even about the show, but what has surprised you about here?
Well, this has been just amazingly organized, this experience. It's so fast and furious. We have such little time to put this up, but the meticulousness with which the rehearsals are planned, everything's getting done. Everything is getting done. Everything's getting hit. Everything's getting run. And this is a deceptive show. On the one hand, it looks like it's a simple show, but it's like a piece of a puzzle. Everything was sort of meticulously made, and it's happening.